not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails.
There's a dog behind you. The hazards of having animals in our wedding, but we love them anyways. So. All right, can we have one of our bridesmaids come read our second reading for us from the Gospel of Luke? It's right here.
But seek his kingdom, and these things will be driven for you as well. Do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father has been pleased to give you the kingdom. Sell your possessions and give to the poor. Provide purses for yourselves that will not wear out, a treasure in heaven that will never fall, where no thief comes near and no moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also.
Thank you. This is the word of the Lord in this Christian scriptures. Cece and Ryan have chosen these two passages for their wedding ceremony, and I think that they're great selections. They function both as a reflection of your journey up until this point, and also an aspiration towards the journey that you want to have. So I'm going to ask you guys to come back together as I share this message for you. Cece and Ryan, the message for you on this matrimonial day, and based upon the scripture passages that you chose, are one of love and one of treasure. When we think about love as it is presented in popular culture that is out there, it's often fickle, emotional, has to do a lot with dating and what the other person can give to you. And there's nothing necessarily wrong about that, but it isn't full. And the standard that the Bible teaches us about what love ought to look like, especially when we know that we are loved by a holy God, it's a fuller love. And there's a fallacy in thinking that the other person can just complete us, because truly, you, Ryan, and you, Cece, you are both not the way of choice, and you are both made in God. You are the full person of Jesus, and these are two full people coming together by covenant and by your choice. And it's a significant choice. We know that relationships are easy, and when you're in the proximity of marriage and that covenant, there's an intimacy that comes out, and there are things that we learn about each other and ourselves that we do have to face, and you face it together. And so when we talk about this love in 1 Corinthians that our brother read for us, it's not primarily a romantic love. It's so much more. And it's interesting because many people use this passage as a wedding passage, but it's actually not primarily a wedding passage. It's a standard that God asked for all his daughters and all his sons, to which how we engage with the people around us. And this love is rooted in how first God loved us. And from being loved unconditionally and steadfastly, we are called to love each other. This love is not fickle, it's not based on emotions, although it touches upon it. It's rooted in something much deeper. It is robust, it is selfless, it is enduring. And this is why it's so relevant, though, in the arena of marriage, and I use that word very intentionally, arena, because interestingly, the ones that we love the most can be the ones that we do battle with most frequently. And they know exactly how to push our buttons. And if we're serious about the human reality of life, they're the ones that can hurt us the deepest, because precisely we have spent most time with them, and we've been most intimate with them. We've been vulnerable with them. So what does it mean to love in this way? Where does this kind of fully robust, steadfast love? And marriage is where it is practiced in an intimate relationship. It is where it is expressed. It is where it is refined. And it is where it is grown. And so the Apostle Paul, before he gets into chapter 13, what he'll write as a preface to when he writes about love is, he says that it is the most excellent way. This is the way that we're called to live every day, especially perhaps in our own matrimonies. And so when the passage tells us that God is patient, He's kind, it's not just I'm going to hold my tongue in that moment. It's a posture that you have consistently towards each other. Kindness is the tone of your voice. It's restraint, even when you know you're right. It is a love that does not envy, does not boast, does not proud, meaning that you're not always love that does not dishonor. It's not a petty love. You lift each other up, especially in the public realm. There are things that you talk about, just the two of you, so that you can reinforce how you will face the world together. I mean, let's be honest, everybody fights. Marriages are hard. It takes a lot of hard work. I know you guys have been through some of that to get you to this point. But from this point on, you are saying that you will continue to fight for the marriage that you are covenanted to on this day. It also tells us that love is not self-seeking. Again, how is it that you, in your role, in your life, can serve each other? When we all are thinking about the other person first, there's a reinforcement of a relationship. It's not 50-50. There's a break somewhere there. But if Cece, if you're always thinking about what benefits Ryan, and Ryan, if you're always thinking about what benefits Cece, it's kind of like this. There's a reinforcement of that. And that's what we're asking you today to commit to. Not easy, but it is good in the fullest sense of the word. You will try each other, but you will also grow to love each other deeply in a way that only a covenant marriage can inspire. The Bible also tells us that love is not easily angered. Now, anger, rage doesn't always start that way. It starts with irritation. It starts with bitterness, resentment, keeping it inside, and so open communication, honesty, that is respect for the other person. Trusting that they have enough love for you, that they will receive, embrace all of who you are. All the ugly and all the bad, all the difficulty, all the embarrassing moments, they will cover for you. It also tells us that love keeps no record of wrong. Now, how many times when we get into arguments like what you said before? Now, this is a hard standard to not keep record of wrong. This doesn't mean that trust comes automatically. You build upon that with every decision you make, every word you say, and how you say it. With every conflict and every resolution, you build upon that trust. But for every mistake, for every barbed tongue, for every harsh word that you won't say, you choose not to keep a record of wrongs for the other person. It's a clean slate as much as you can love. It also tells us that love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. And this is a standard that you both commit to live to. What is the truth about love? What is the truth about each other? Not covering if it's going to be something that encourages the festering of what we call the bad habits, but that you will walk alongside each other. And the trying to achieve with every milestone that you reach, you will know that you've gotten there together. Finally, it always protects. You do not expose each other to the hurtful things of this world. It always trusts. If they ask you just one more time to trust, could you find it in you? As the other person honestly works towards it, it's not a manipulation, but a sincere request that you trust them one more time. There's a hope, there's a love that always hopes because it is better tomorrow. It always is, especially when you write your married life together and the family that you built together as an extension from both sides, Cece and Ryan, your side. There's a hope that is as robust as the love that you love each other with. It always perseveres. In other words, you will strive. Again, marriage is not an easy thing. There are many distractions in this world. There are many challenges. There are curveballs. There are things that you did not plan for. There is tragedy. But it will persevere and you will strive. Again, you've been through enough of that to know what it feels like. And that's just like a starter kit, so to speak. But for every time you persevere, your love will have a deeper coloring. It will have deeper roots. It will give you character, and it will define the foundation of the household that you're going to live in. Love never fails. Now, this is in context because trust me, you will fail, but love doesn't. And that's why I encourage you to stay close to God who loves you unconditionally. That love that you know that God loves you with, that is the kind of love with which you can love your enemy. And sometimes, as I said, the closest people are your worst enemies on just the right day, right? And so, in that sense, love truly never fails. And that's the love that we encourage you to love each other with. And I will speak to all the people here because they are your loved ones as well. Out of that kind of love that we just briefly mentioned, that's the most excellent way. That love overflows to your extended family. to your neighbors, to your dogs even, just the community around you. And should you choose to have children, that's the love that overflows and cascades down from generation to generation to them. You are here because your parents, your loved ones, your cousins, your brothers, sisters, your communities have loved you insofar as they are able. And they've deposited into you as much as they can. And now, as you build this life together, that's the love that you receive, and that's the love that you give. The second passage is about treasure. Now again, in this world, there are many things that we accumulate. It's money, it's collector's items. I've got a lot of them. It's, it's accolades, it's things that we achieve. And yet, while those things are not necessarily bad, they are also, the Bible reminds us, they don't last forever. And so this passage here that our sister read for us, when the Apostle Paul tells us tells us to seek God's kingdom first, it's a call to realign what really matters in life. It's like, what are your values? Is it to get a good company wrong? Is it to get a good level out? Or is it something that is characteristic and much more deeper that you value more than the material things in life? This passage tells us that we are afraid of the Lord the Father has refused to give you the kingdom. Sell your possessions and give to the poor. Now, I will make it very clear, it's not instruction to do what it is. Again, called to be aligned with values and that which is eternal. It's not that which is. Nothing on this earth. We pass away, we cannot take anything. So what is it? Where is it that you're doing it? There's a phrase, nice guys finish last, and sometimes I like to say it's because nice guys are running the race. So truly, as you guys build your home together, what is the treasure that you truly value? God's economy, the economy of God's kingdom, I should say, isn't about accumulating things, but it's about paying it forward. So when the Bible tells us, sell your possessions, give to the poor, provide purses for yourselves and that will not wear out, and it points our eyes to treasure in heaven that will not fail. Again, what is it? What are the values that you want to build your family? For where your treasure is, there is also where your heart will also be. This is about placing value on human dignity, on compassion, on generosity, first for each other, then for your families, and then for the communities that you will live in and that you will serve. This passage reminds us that God's hand is not short. That is a euphemism for saying that He is not scarce. He is a generous God, and He will give to you all that you need. And so this passage also challenges us, and it reminds us that in many things in life it takes faith to trust that God, who is Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah who provides, will provide for everything you need, not only materially, but spiritually, emotionally, relationally. That He is indeed the center of this marriage as well. It also takes faith to see things in a different economy. And so as you, from this day forward, as a married couple, what is it that you're going to build your house on? The love that God has given to you, the love that you will exercise, the love that you will refine and go deeper in, and also the values that you will exhibit as you live in this world today. And so, in accordance with the passages you both have chosen, may you love patiently and kindly, not envying or being boastful or proud, not dishonoring each other, not seeking self-interest, and not being easily angered and keeping no record of wrongs. May your love rejoice in truth, always protecting, trusting, hoping, and persevering. And remember, God never fails.